Before Goku and Frieza's final battle on planet Namek, no one was really too sure what to expect from an actual Super Saiyan. I'm not even sure if anybody that we had been introduced to up until that point in the series had even seen a true Super Saiyan before, and Vegeta thought that every time he had a Zenkai boost that he had achieved the form. This is Dragon Ball Rebirth, and the last time we left off, we were introduced to Korra, a young orphan Saiyan girl from Namek, and her caretaker Xylor. Korra has been training all her life to become a great martial artist under the watchful eye of Xylor, and now she looks to attend the Universal Academy, and the exam is starting now. If you want to keep up with more awesome stories just like this one, be sure to go join the Dragon Ball Fan Manga Facebook page down below and subscribe here for more. After Korra arrives, Princess Celera and Arctic are the next to show up, and Celera looks around at the competition. They find seats next to Korra as Celera demands that they all bow before her greatness, and Arctic just sits there in embarrassment. As Celera argues with the examinee sitting next to Korra, a voice from the front of the class yells at them to sit down. The next thing we get to see is their professor, a massive Saiyan brute named Okra, and after grabbing the attention of the four bickering in the back, the exam is about to commence. The first thing the professor does is give a congratulations to everybody that has made it this far, a congratulations for being selected to participate in this exam. However, the next thing he tells them is that 80% of them will fail. He then goes on to explain how the exam will take place. When it begins, they'll all be teleported to their own scenario chambers where they'll be prompted to complete 4 separate objectives, and then he starts the exam. Korra is transported to a planet where the gravity is much higher than what she's used to, but fortunately, this is what she's been training for. A voice comes over the intercom and addresses herself as Artificial Intelligence Ava, her proctor for today's exam. This is Planet Branch, her testing grounds for Exam 1. The gravity on this planet has been modified to be 100 times what it normally is, and her objective for Phase 1 is to eliminate all threats and nothing else, and her first opponent are a swarm of Cybermen. Celera, Arctic, and Korra all take care of business relatively easily, and this is the first time we get to see one of Korra's signature moves called the Angel Wave as she takes out the rest of the Cybermen. Once she's done, Ava comes over the intercom once more, announcing that Phase 1 has now been completed, and now for Phase 2, they must defeat the Mega Cybermen. This guy's a lot stronger than all the other Cybermen they just fought, as Korra states as well, but she doesn't have any plans on backing down. Over in another testing zone, Arctic is having a bit more trouble with his assignment than he'd like, but he says that the Mega Cyberman is both incredibly fast and strong, which is no different from training with his father. When we get back to Korra, she's showing off a bit more power as she charges energy into her fist and takes out the Mega Cybermen with one punch. As the 3 complete Phase 2 simultaneously, their caretakers all marvel at how each of them have all raised and trained their young ones, but the 3rd phase of this exam is about to begin. Ava speaks over the intercom once more and announces that the objective of Phase 3 is to find the sole survivor of this city and bring them to the safety zone. Enemies will be present, but engaging them in combat is optional in this phase. As Korra walks through the city, she tries to locate the survivor on foot at first, but then she begins to wonder how is she even supposed to begin searching in such a huge ruined city like this. Fortunately, Xylor taught her how to sense other ki and life force, and even though she may not be very adept at it right now, she is able to use it well enough to locate her objective, which happens to be a puppy stuck under some debris. After she goes and picks him up, she starts to head towards the safety zone, but before she can, she's cut off by more enemies. These aren't normal Cybermen either, however, as they seem to be quite a bit more sturdy and powerful than even the Mega Cybermen, so Korra instead decides to outfly them and just head straight to the safe zone. But she gets hit in the back with a ki blast as she tries to flee. Both Celera and Arctic are having seemingly minimal trouble securing their objective while fending off the Cybermen, however, as we see them both easily disposing of their opponents while keeping their target safe. As we cut back to Korra, it doesn't seem like that attack did too much to damage her, but she was careless in her previous actions, which she can't afford to do anymore. As a horde of Cybermen close in on her again, she releases an enormous surge of energy that blows them away at once, and when they're all gone, she reaches the safety zone. Once phase 3 is cleared, the puppy disappears and Ava appears over the speaker once again to congratulate Korra on another completed objective, but now phase 4 has begun and her final test is to defeat Ava herself. Ava wastes no time and charges Korra as soon as the phase begins, and as we know, in the world of Dragon Ball, androids can be made extremely powerful as we see Ava overwhelming Korra in a barrage of attacks. As Korra lies on the ground in pain, Ava explains to her that there will be many times on the battlefield where she'll be challenged by a foe beyond her capabilities to defeat, and she tells her that it's okay to admit defeat whenever she wants. She grabs Korra by her hair, asking her one more time, does she admit defeat? But this is when we cut back to her classmates as we see Celera too prideful to admit defeat as she strikes Ava, cursing as well, but the use of profanity causes Ava to up her power from 5% to 10. Celera, obviously having a foul mouth, quickly raises Ava's difficulty and power level even more to over 20%. Arctic is struggling as well in his final battle as he's being pushed back. He decides that his only option now is to use 100% of his full power as he shows us a new form. Korra, however, refusing to give up, is now being battered and beaten as Ava says that for her own well-being, Korra should just admit defeat because she won't be holding back. Korra gets back up once more, this time in pretty rough shape, but she refuses to give up still, and Ava raises her hand to her face and releases a key wave at point blank range. When the smoke clears, Korra shows us just how much drive she has as she's still standing even after that attack. Seeing this, Ava is curious as to what drives Korra. What allows her to still stand before an opponent much stronger than her, but when she asks, Korra responds that she needs to show whoever her parents are that she's not just something they can throw away like trash. And then, she starts to change, as her pupils disappear and electricity starts to surge around her as well. And she says that she'll continue to grow stronger to show her parents the mistake they made leaving her. In another eruption, Korra explodes in a furious rage. One of the administrators for the exam barges in and says that Korra is releasing an unstable amount of energy and they only have a few moments before she completely throws the entire system offline, but Queen Celera and Xylor assure him that it seems Korra will be finishing her exam momentarily anyway. This is false Super Saiyan Korra. Even though she has broken past her limits for the time being, she still hasn't quite achieved the level of Super Saiyan as Queen Celera, but this is a huge step for her. She charges Ava at blinding speed, but Ava is still able to get an attack off. However, Korra suddenly appears behind her and hits her in the back with an attack that goes directly through her. Korra has broken through her limits and somehow achieved a pre-evolved form of the Super Saiyan transformation, but not being used to this power, she's completely exhausted herself as she now collapses, but she has passed, as Xylor praises her for unleashing the power he always knew she had. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Sorry it's been a few days since the last one. I didn't think I was gonna be going back home this weekend because it was snowing, but I ended up visiting anyway, so sorry about that. But what do you guys think of false Super Saiyan Korra? I think it's definitely great that she didn't just, you know, grab the Super Saiyan transformation out of nowhere that easily, and the way the story is being put together is just amazing to me. This is definitely becoming one of my favorite fan mangas. Anyways, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like down below and follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Both will be linked down in the description box, as well as everything else, to keep up with everything that we do on and off the channel. But with that, I'm gonna get out of here. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.